You've got it tuned to KEXP, where the music matters. I'm Cheryl Waters here on the Midday Show, and very excited to have Japanese Breakfast live in studio. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for coming. Tonight playing at the Crocodile here in Seattle, and songs from the new album, Psychopomp. Great, take it away. It's Japanese Breakfast live on KEXP. Live in the KEXP studios with Japanese Breakfast, the new album called Psychopomp. Tonight they play at the Crocodile. It's so great to have you here.
Thank you. It's such a dream to be here.
Well, thank you. Psychopomp, if I'm not mistaken, is your sort of debut full-length album under the name Japanese Breakfast, but you've been making songs under that moniker for a while and even have released them in some way. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I think I started the project in 2013. I made a song a day project that was mostly just really lo-fi demos, and I wrote and recorded a song every day for the month of June. So there's like 30 lo-fi tracks, but it was always a side project from my other band, Little Big League. And then when I moved to Oregon for a year, it became my main project.
Little Big League had a very different dynamic and a different sound. Tell me how it feels to be doing this project. Does it kind of fill a different creative place for you?
Yeah, definitely. It was less negotiating what I wanted the sound to be. I think I came from a super pop background. I grew up in the Pacific Northwest in Oregon, and so I was way more influenced by those kinds of sounds. And with Little Big League, I was in a band with three guys that kind of came up on punk and hardcore. So I think it was kind of me flexing my muscles a little bit more as a musician, and I think these songs have me flexing more as a songwriter.
And did everyone have a voice in Little Big League?
Yeah, I mean, I wrote a majority of the songs, but everyone wrote the arrangements, and there was a lot of negotiating how we would bring things to life. Yeah.
Tell me about making this record in Oregon.
Yeah, I moved to Oregon in 2014 to care for my mom, who was ill, and after she passed away, I started putting this record together as kind of a way to communicate and navigate feelings that I was having and I couldn't really express to other people. So I reached out to Nick, who is playing guitar, who's been my best friend since I was like 16 years old. And with Peter Bradley, my husband, and Colin Redman, we sort of started arranging the record together. And then I sat on the record for a few months and I wasn't totally happy with the way that was mixed, so I brought in my friend Ned Eisenberg, who helped co-produce it and kind of made it the beast that it is now.
It sounds like it was a fun process and that you sort of had no limits. I mean, you put some really weird sounds in there, and by weird, I mean wonderful. Mm-hmm. Can you talk a little bit about the process of that?
Yeah, so after we were done arranging it, Ned and I really started to pick the songs apart. And because it was recorded in a bedroom studio and mixed in a bedroom studio, there wasn't any nervousness about, let's spend an hour finding a hawk sample screaming into the pre-chorus, and if it doesn't work out, then it's not thousands of dollars down the drain. So we could experiment a little bit more, and there are some weird like anime samples that we watched as kids on there, and yeah, we just got to be more creative, I think, because we just had endless time and no real expectation.
In and among all that fun and a very upbeat sound, there are some very serious topics. You've mentioned that your mom was ill and passed away, and if I'm not mistaken, a couple of the songs on the record are about her.
Yeah, she's on the cover, too. That was a photo of her, I think, when she was around my age. Yeah, there are a few songs on there that are about her and kind of just struggling with how to grieve when you're someone that doesn't have a religion to help you explain something really dark and mysterious, I guess.
I know that music that covers difficult topics that bring up a lot of emotion for people can be a real gift, you know, for the people that listen to it. So that's a lot of strength in that record.
Definitely, yeah. I think it helped me come to terms with a lot of stuff, for sure.
Tell me about the title, Psychopomp.
Yeah, so I started seeing a Jungian analyst after my mom passed away, and my husband bought me a book of his, and I found the word, and I thought it sounded really interesting. I'd never read or heard of it before, and I thought it was interesting because I thought it kind of sounded like psychotic pop, which is sort of how I feel about this record sometimes. But then when I looked into it, it touches a lot on mythology of like a creature that guides a spirit to death without any kind of judgment. And in a lot of ways, I felt like when I went to Oregon, it was sort of the role that I had to adopt. I just went there to be an emotional support system and not really have any sort of judgments or feelings about it. And so I think a lot of the record was like kind of undoing that. When you're caring for someone with an illness, you have to just really not let your feelings get in the way of their healing process or their dying process, in my case. And so I kind of just felt like I was there to be a positive light. And then when you have to grieve, it's kind of undoing those feelings and confronting them again.
What a powerful process and experience. It's a wonderful album. It's called Psychopomp, Japanese Breakfast, live in studio here at KEXP tonight. They're playing at the Crocodile here in Seattle. We're live on KEXP with Japanese Breakfast. Michelle, Craig, Kat, and Nick. So great to have you here today, playing tonight at the Crocodile.
Thank you so much.
When we wake up in the
That sounded great.
Thank you.
We're live in the KEXP studios with Japanese Breakfast. Tonight they're playing at the Crocodile here in Seattle, and they've got a brand new album called Psycho Pomp. Thank you again for coming in.
Thank you so much for having us.
You've got it tuned to KEXP Seattle.
Discover new music at
Wow, that sounded so great.
kexp.org.